Welcome to a Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Snav.
And I'm Harmit.
And this is a Game of Thrones, chapters 55 and 56, Catelyn and Tyrion. In these chapters... No? Okay.
We find out that Ned's not dead.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. In these chapters, battles be brewing.
Oh my gosh.
I just like the B. Okay. All right. Everybody gets it now. Move on. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I hope y'all are okay. It's summer. I don't even know what I was saying. 104 days of summer vacation.
And school comes along just to end it.
So these chapters, what you think?
They were good. I was just kind of like, okay.
Okay.
I understand.
See, this is why I wanted to do 4, because these are good chapters, and there's a lot to talk about, but there's nothing exciting happening. Yeah. And I was like, I just want to get to where the end of the book. And
I read the 2 chapters, and I was like, this is why we were gonna do 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But
it was
okay.
Still pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good chapters, and we haven't met up with these people in a long time.
Yes, that was nice.
So it's good to catch up. So let's do the mesmerizing. Oh gosh, I need to stop saying that. But I don't. I can say whatever the hell I want.
Yes, within reason.
Okay, I just opened my calculator instead of my clock. Okay.
I always do that.
Yes, same. Okay, ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so it's Catelyn, and she gets to moat Catelyn or whatever, and Rob's there, and she's like, hey buddy, and they're talking, and Rob's like, Mom, I'm scared, and Catelyn's like, you can't be scared, sir, you have to know what you're doing, and you need to do it, and then he finally figures out a plan, and they're like, okay, let's do this, and then Bolton's gonna lead the other people, and Rob's gonna lead the other people, and they're gonna fight the 2 Lannister parties simultaneously, and there's gonna be a river that separates them. It's gonna be cool, and Catelyn's gonna go to her dad.
Tyrion.
Tyrion is, Tyrion finds Tywin, and, the clans people are there, and we find out more about them, and, they go in with him, and he goes to talk to his dad and his uncle, and they're there, and they're talking about different stuff, and Tyrion's like, they talk about different stuff, and he doesn't even react when Tyrion shows up, and then, what happened? Huh? I can't even remember what happened.
Okay, that's the minute.
Wait, what happened? What did they talk about? Oh, they talked about, Rob, and then Rob got spotted, and they were like, oh, let's go fight them now, and now Tyrion's life is on the line. Yes, I know, but I was just trying to remember what actually happened.
Okay. You did read these chapters, right?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
I just get lost in the moment that I'm summarizing.
Okay, well, let's just get... Sorry, my phone just beeped at me. Okay, sidebar. I have a new app to track my moods and energy and everything. Yeah. And I have it, it asks me how I am 3 times a day, and it just asks me, how are you? And I'm like, go away.
Well, not great.
And, I'm the one who chose to do it, but I'm still mad at the app, so.
Oh my gosh. It's funny.
Okay. So let's talk about Catelyn, who's at Moat Catelyn. Catelyn's at Catelyn, Moatin' up. Moat Catelyn.
Moatin' about.
Catelyn. I wonder what Catelyn means. I bet it's some dude's name. Yeah. Okay, so. Oh my god. Sorry. Every time I start to say a sentence, my brain jumps to so many other things, and then I forget. Okay, stare at the notes. Actually, I'm going to put the notes in the center and you on the side, because your face is distracting. Okay. All right, so let's talk about Catelyn. She has gotten off the boat safely.
Yay.
With no Lannister kidnapping. And
at least I didn't predict it this time.
You did.
Did I? Wait, didn't I say last
Wait, no,
time?
but then you were like, oh, she's just gonna be traveling.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so she is coming upon Moat Catelyn, which is in the neck part of the map. They call it the neck. And she's just traveled via horse from White Harbor, which is where her ship landed. And Sir Villas and Sir Wendell Manderley are there with her, escorting her with their own host of people to fight. And the only notable thing about them is that they are fat. Okay, cool. Sir Brynden Tully, the Blackfish, is with her. So that's cool. And
he's serving her now. Interesting.
Yeah. And so they come upon Moat Catelyn, and Sir Brynden is like, this is the formidable fortress that holds the north? It's 3 towers, because the rest of it has, just been ruined. Ruined? Is in ruins. The rest does not exist no longer. Man, sentences are hard. Okay, so, 3 towers. That's all that's left of it. At one time, it was a great fortress of the first men. Now, do you remember the 3 towers?
It's right in front of me, but I don't remember them.
Okay, what are they?
Okay, so it's the Gatehouse Tower, the Drunkard's Tower, and the Children Tower.
Yeah, and what I found funny is that the Drunkard's Tower it's leaning to the side as if somebody's a little tipsy.
That made me laugh.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good name.
Yes.
And Catelyn's like, yeah, these may not seem like much, but they surround the causeway in a way that causes the enemy.
The causeway in a way
that causes the enemy to go through them while being rained upon with arrows and on a ground that is not very safe. There's lizard lions and sinkholes, and it's just a nightmare, honestly.
Yes.
So that's Moat Catelyn. It's kind of cool. And she's looking around. She notices the Stark banner is at the Gatehouse Tower, so she goes there to meet Robb. And she's like, oh my gosh, my little child, I want to hug you and hold you forever, but I cannot because all these old people will make fun of you. Ha ha ha. Okay, I don't know what that was. So she's just like, oh, my little child. But she restrains herself. And Robb's like, hey, you're here. Where's Sir Roderick? And she lets us know that Sir Roderick has been sent to Winterfell as Castellan.
Can you tell me why I thought Sir Roderick was dead until I read this in the book?
Because he kept throwing up on the boat?
I don't know why, but when she said that, my first thought was, is she lying? I thought he was dead. And then I was like, I don't know what made me think that, but for some reason I thought Sir Roderick was dead. But,
no, he is alive.
Yes.
And now he's in charge of Winterfell. So,
yeah, that's good. Better than Bran, a literal child, being in charge.
Right. Fair enough. Okay, now you talk.
Okay, so everyone's like, hey, where's your prisoner? And they want to know if she still has Tyrion. And Kat's like, yeah, the gods didn't want me to bring Tyrion, and neither did my sister. And she's throwing shade at her sister. And we get this memory of when she was leaving. She was like, hey, to her sister, she was like, I can, host your son at Winterfell with me for a little bit.
Yeah, foster him.
Yeah, it'll be good for him to, be around some other kids. And
yeah.
Lysa is like, if you threaten to steal my kid, you're gonna leave through the moon door. And I was like, okay, sis, slight overreaction, yes. But, nothing less than what we expected from her previous actions.
Yeah, she is not, they did not leave on good terms.
Yes.
And later, Rob asks Catelyn if Catelyn, Cat. I don't know.
It's
okay. Hard being thinking.
It's okay.
Okay, so Rob's like, "Hey, I sent a letter to Aunt Liza. Where's she at?" And Catelyn's like, "Yeah, do not expect any."
And it sucks because they're really like. Rob was like, "Okay, my mom's gonna have Tyrion and Aunt Liza's gonna help her," and I'm like, "Yeah, none of those things are happening, buddy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Catelyn asks to speak to Rob alone, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sure y'all will forgive me for kicking you out of here." Ha ha ha. And then so Catelyn like rounds on Rob and is like, "You are 15. 1 + 5 + 9. 15. And you're a child. What are you doing leading an army?" And he's like, "But I'm a Stark. None of the other people are Starks." I really need to. Gosh. Out of it today.
There's a stark difference between us.
I already made that joke.
Wait, when?
A couple episodes ago.
Okay, you know
where
what?
I was like,
Whatever.
A stark difference between Arya and Sansa, and I made it unintentionally, and it was so much funnier than when you just did
you know what?
the thing.
Mine was funnier. It's fine. I will cling to that.
It was not.
It was,
okay.
But it's okay.
So, okay. Not okay, but okay. So, yeah, so when Catelyn's like, "Yeah, you're a kid, Rob." I'm you today with all the names. Mr. Aemon. Master Aemon, what is it that you call him?
I usually say Maester. Or no, I say Master, I think.
Yeah. So Rob's like, "Yeah, you're kind of right. You're right. Are you going to send me back to Winterfell?" And Catelyn's like, "I wish, but if I do, then none of these people are going to respect you, so I can't."
Mm-hmm. And they start, Robert's like...
Robert.
Why did I do it too? Okay. Wait, Rob's like, "Oh, there was a letter from them. Sorry, I forgot to bring yours." And then she reads the letter that they sent to Rob, and Catelyn has a series of emotions.
Sansa's letter. You never actually mentioned whose letter.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking, and I was like, I don't want to say Sansa's letter, because really it's not Sansa's letter, so I just
like
said
the letter that Sansa wrote.
Yes.
The letter from King's Landing.
Yes, the letter from King's Landing. So they talk about the letter, and Catelyn's like, "Yeah, Sansa did not write that. From this letter, it's very clear that she's being imprisoned, just like your father. So this is worrying." And Rob's like, "Oh, you don't have Tyrion? This sucks, because I wanted to trade Tyrion for, our family, like our sisters and dad." And this is also where he mentions how he wanted Lysa to help out as well. Catelyn's like, "Yeah, we can't rely on that.
Not gonna happen."
Yeah. And Rob is afraid that his dad and sisters will be killed. And he's like worried. He's like, "Mom, I'm really scared." And Cat is like, "Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, because you're leading this thing now. You have to win, or else we have no hope."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, great." And Rob fills Catelyn in on all the fighting that's going on, and he mentions how Lord Derek's party was caught in a trap.
In the Riverlands.
Yes, in the Riverlands, they were caught in a trap, and lots of people died.
But he doesn't... Wait. What, can he say that again? The whole sentence. Start from Rob fills Cat in.
Okay. Rob fills Cat in on the fighting in the Riverlands, and he's talking about how Lord Derek's party was caught in the trap.
It's Lord Beric. He keeps calling him Lord Derek, but his name is actually Beric Dondarrion.
Oh! I see.
It's funny. Anyway,
I see.
so yeah, how like they were caught in a trap. These are the people that Ned sent out to find and kill Sir Gregor.
Yeah. We find out
but
he's
they were caught
still
in a
doing
trap.
great.
And Sir Raymond Derry, a dude we kind of know,
Hello?
and a bunch of their people died. Oh my gosh,
Hello?
what is happening? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
You're delayed.
You are also delayed.
Oh fuck.
I think it's good now. Wait.
Is it?
Your movements are delayed, but the sound's great. Okay, stop.
Okay, fine. Wait. Oh my gosh, where? Okay, wait. Start from Rob fills Catelyn in on the fighting.
So Rob fills Catelyn in on the fighting in the Riverlands, and he's talking about how Lord Berick's party was caught in a trap.
He calls him Lord Derek.
He's talking about how they were caught in a trap, and now we find out that Mr. Clegane is still alive, and he was not successfully killed. And Sir Raymond Derry and a load of other people also died, so the situation's not looking great, because they've had no victories so far, and people just keep dying. And we find out that Lord Tywin is marching north to Harrenhal, and he's gonna stay close to the Trident. And at this point, Rob's kind of talking about, like, the different plans.
Well, we don't know that he'll stay close to the Trident, but all his, like, banner people have advised him that that's the most likely case, because if he comes north, then Tywin is at a disadvantage, so he's probably going to stick to where he's strong.
Yeah.
So, to fight him, Rob has to march south and give up his strong position. And, you know, Catelyn's worried about that, because at Moat Cailin, they have the power.
Yeah.
But then she remembers that their army's, like, made up of just, like, regular people who want to go home when they can. They're not going to stick around if you're just there.
Yeah. So they have to move. They can't really stay there.
Besides, they're, like, eating up everything that they brought with them. And they do not have enough supplies to last.
Yeah. Hello?
So, basically, it comes... Oh, we're good?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, oh my gosh, I can't with this today. So basically, Rob has to choose between fighting Tywin or helping Edmure fight Jaime, because they're in a bit of trouble. And his plan is a third option. He plans to split up his forces. So now, this is like gonna get technical, so we're gonna talk this through.
Okay.
So he's gonna plan on leaving a few people, I don't know, a few hundred, he doesn't say, archers mostly, at Moat Cailin, in case anybody tries to get up north and attack, right? Good plan.
Yes.
And then he's going to split his horse riders and his foot soldiers, and he's going to lead his horse riders across the Green Fork. No, Green Fork? Yes, across the Green Fork to River Run, and send his foot soldiers all the way down south to fight Tywin. Now, I drew on a map for you. Do you want to look at that now?
Yeah. Yes, I see.
So, like, that, the Green Fork is the river that's going to be dividing the two forces. So this is risky, because his army will be split and, like, separated from each other. But also, it will separate the Lannister armies. So, you know, it's a disadvantage and an advantage. And Catelyn's like, yeah, that's all cool, but you gotta cross out the twins, and this, you know, late Lord Frey isn't very reliable. And she's like, promise me that you won't trust him. And he's like, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Who is that?
Oh, you don't remember
Lord
Walder Frey? Okay. So he's the dude that showed up at the Trident after the fighting was done, like during Robert's rebellion.
Oh.
And then was like, oh, I was totally gonna join your side.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, like, and then even later we hear about him in the Tyrion chapter, and Tywin's like, we don't gotta worry about him. He's only gonna choose the winning side.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So that's late Lord Frey.
Okay, but why is his name late Lord Frey if he's not dead?
No, his name is Walder Frey, but her dad, her being Catelyn, Catelyn's dad calls him late Lord Frey
he's late
because he was late to the
my
battle.
Gosh. My brain went late as in like dead.
Dead, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I won't say anything, but you'll see.
Okay, interesting.
But like I drew it out on a map for you so you can like visualize the battle plan.
Thank you. I saw it.
Yay.
That was not how I drew it out because clearly I learned it wrong.
Yeah, when I was like, I had this whole battle plan. I had to draw it out for myself as much as for you.
Yeah.
The first like couple times that I read this, for whatever reason, I thought that River Run was east of the crossing.
Me too.
Like, I don't know what was, like, for whatever reason in my head, it was east of the inn at the crossroads, but it's always been west.
Okay, well.
So, like, it didn't make sense for me for a while.
Right. I also drew it as east. That's probably why it wasn't making sense, because I, like, drew it, and I was like, wait, what? This doesn't make sense with...
Yeah, no, it's closer to Lannister territory than we would originally think.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. And okay, so Rob's like, okay, I'm gonna let the Great John Umber, lead the foot soldiers because he's fearless. And Catelyn's like, yeah, he is fearless. You know, your father's not fearless. He's brave. There's a difference there. And he's like, oh yeah, I probably don't want somebody like that. And she's like, you want someone with cold cunning. And Rob's immediately like, oh yeah, Roose Bolton. That dude scares me. I'm gonna let him lead.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do that. And Rob's going to lead the people, the riders. And he's like, I'm gonna prepare people to get you to Winterfell. But Catelyn's like, yeah, about that. My dad's like dying and my brother's surrounded by enemies. I kind of want to go
chill
hang out
with them for a bit.
Yeah.
Just see how they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but also like they're adults. Your children are 7 and 3.
Yeah. I also think...
but like they're also like at home, so that's fine.
Yeah. I feel at this point that Catelyn is going to die before she ever returns to Winterfell. Because I've been predicting her death for so long. And I was like, oh my gosh, she'll go home one more time, like, before she dies. And now I'm like, well, she's gonna die before she ever gets home. Because her route home just keeps getting delayed. And the, like, one time she's gonna, like, almost be able to get home, she's gonna die.
Okay. That's a very sad prediction.
Yes.
Well, Riverrun's her home, like, original home, so...
That's true. She'll get to go there.
You do think she will? Maybe she'll die at the place she was born.
Oh my gosh. Definitely possible if she stays there long enough. I mean, there's a whole battle about to happen there, so it's very plausible that someone we know is about to die. Or people that we know are about to die.
All right. So we'll talk about predictions after the next chapter because they kind of are like talking about the same thing. Mm-hmm. So let's move on to Tyrion. Like Catelyn, Tyrion is also arriving at a camp of his family, and it's situated at the crossroads. And we find out that the clansmen have indeed escorted him there, but it's not like they fully trust him, because Shagga, son of Dolph, keeps threatening to chop off his manhood and feed it to the goats.
Every time she said that, it was very entertaining.
Yeah. And so they have, like, Tyrion has to go meet up with he doesn't know whether it's Jaime or Tywin there, but he's like, okay, I'm gonna go meet up with them. Who's gonna come with me? Like, I'll take all the leaders of the clans. And he like starts walking away before they get a chance to like sit down and start arguing about it, because they're very democratic. So like everybody gets a voice, which means that they don't really get anything done.
Because and
so they need a representative democracy instead.
Yes.
It's interesting though. So then we get like a little counting of the major clans people. Do you have this in the notes?
Yeah, I do.
Shit, I was supposed to take all of this out.
Oh.
Okay, whatever. So wait, why don't you introduce us to all the clans people?
Okay, so we have Shella, the daughter...
Chella.
I'm not going to say any of these names right, so maybe I shouldn't introduce, but I can try.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. They more often it's said Chella.
Okay, cool. So, Chella, the daughter of Cheek of the Black Ears. Okay, good. Then we
Black Ears, because they wear the ears of their enemies around their neck.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yep.
And then we have Con, the son of Korat. And then we have Shega, son of Dolph of the Stone Crows. And then we have Ulf, son of Umar of the Moon Brothers. And this is the scariest one to me. We have Timett, son of Timett, a red hand of the burned Men. Oh, okay, it says Med, but that's okay.
I know. Typo.
It's okay. But of the burned men who have to burn a part of their body somewhere.
Body off when they reach adulthood. And like most people are like burn off things they don't use, like nipples.
Yeah.
And he burned off his eyes. So immediately he was named a Red Hand, which is some kind of a commander.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So that's cool.
Good for him.
I just love his name. Timett, son of Timett.
Yeah.
So they are walking through camp, and all the clans people are very impressed by the power of the army. And like we heard about the Stark camp, and it was like practical, you know, like people set up where there's high ground and whatever. But clearly this camp, they're just trying to show off their power.
Yeah, definitely.
They've got like pavilions. Pavilions are basically like tent castles. Like, calm down, dude.
Yeah.
This is war.
Yeah.
But they got the money, so they're gonna show it off.
Yeah.
So Tyrion learns from somebody that his father has set up headquarters at the inn at the crossroads.
And he's like,
and Tyrion's like, interesting. Where the story, ends where it began.
Yeah.
And he walks up to the inn. Not walks up, like rides up to the inn. And he finds poor old Masha Heddle hanging there. And he's like pretty snarky to her. He's like, all I asked was for like a room and some food. And I'm like, what do you mean? This was none of her fault. Yeah. She's just an innkeep. Like, what was she supposed to do when all these lords and ladies were like drawing swords?
Yeah, literally.
And she died for it. Oh, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
It's always the regular people that get caught up in all this shit.
Yes.
So anyway, so Tyrion like leaves everybody outside to go meet his dad, and there's this little bit where Shagga doesn't want to give his horse to the stable boy because he thinks that the horse will be stolen. And Tyrion's like, no, he's just gonna groom the horse and feed it. Like, calm down. But I get it. And so he gets inside. His dad's there. His uncle Kevin is there. And we get our first description of the Lord of Casterly Rock.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Is this our first time meeting him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I guess we've just talked so much about him that I didn't realize that.
He's like existed before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tywin Lannister, Lord of Casterly Rock and Warden of the West, was in his middle 50s, yet hard as a man of 20. Okay. Even seated, he was tall, with long legs, broad shoulders, a flat stomach. His thin arms were corded with muscle, when his once thick golden hair had begun to recede, he had commanded his barber to shave his head. Lord Tywin did not believe in half measures. Tells you about him.
All or nothing, baby.
Yeah, he razored his lip and chin as well, but kept his side whiskers, two great thickets of wiry golden hair that covered most of his cheeks from ear to jaw.
That's a very weird image. You just have this, but then this is bald.
No, not this. Sideburns. He has sideburns.
Oh my god. Oh, that's
I know
even
the term
worse.
whiskers suggests like mustache, but sideburns.
That's even worse.
I know.
Oh, ew.
But it's like a very particular kind of look.
Oh my.
Oh, and his eyes were a pale green, flecked with gold. A fool more foolish than most had once jested that even Lord Tywin's shit was flecked with gold. And some said the man was still alive, deep in the bowels of Casterly Rock. Now, I wonder, like, why didn't Tyrion give us any insight on this? Like, why isn't he like, oh, I've totally seen the man? Or like, oh, that's a total tale.
Yeah.
He just, like, leaves it to our imagination to wonder whether that's true or not.
Maybe he doesn't know. It's not like he's, in on everything.
Maybe. So anyway, Kevin is surprised to So Kevin is surprised to see Tyrion, but Tywin's only like, oh, I see you're alive, basically. And Tyrion's like, oh, how nice of you to go to war for me and everything. And he's just a lot more aware of his shortcomings when he's in front of his father, so we get a little sense of their relationship.
Yeah.
And we have heard from Tyrion, well, there was that incident with the person that he married. There's also, like, his, like, when he's talking to Jon, he's like, I think my father wishes I was a bastard, or, like, every dwarf is a bastard in his father's eyes or something.
Yeah. We pretty much, we already knew, like, all of this, but it's still kind of sad to now, like, see the actual experience.
Yeah, it's right in front of us.
And I think there's something, like, obviously, like, in the context of the story, it's, like, sad, and you're like, oh, poor Tyrion, you know? Because he's always so, like, confident, and he's, like, self-assured, almost. But, like, in front of his dad, he can't even hold that up. It's just like, ugh. There's just something so sad.
Well, his dad's like, while you were busy getting captured, your brother Jaime has been winning battles. He's totally captured Edmure Tully. Now, this is not news we knew before in the Catelyn chapter. Mm-hmm. So, Catelyn's brother has been captured, and Riverrun is under a siege. Interesting.
We do not.
What do you think about that?
We do not love that. That is very.
We don't.
That is dangerous. I'm scared.
Okay. So, they're talking about the war, and Tywin's like, Robb Stark, he's a kid. I don't gotta worry about him. And it's interesting, because in Catelyn's chapter, Robb's talking about how, he's like, Tywin is too smart to be surprised. Like, he's, like, giving him the credit that is due.
Yeah.
But, like, Tywin totally discounts Robb. Mm-hmm. Which I feel like in war, you want to overestimate your enemy as opposed to underestimate. But not overestimate by too much, because then you're, like, wasting resources.
But I guess there's just... But I guess there's just something about, like, clearly Tywin has been to war many a time.
Several times, yeah.
So I guess there's just something about that
yeah, he does have the experience. Experience does usually, it's worthy of respect, but he is totally discounting Robb, like, not even giving him a chance.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, more experience can also lead to you, like, overestimating yourself. That's true. Yeah. So, anyway, so, wait. And then, oh gosh, what? Well, yeah. And then Tyrion's like, yeah, that's all great, but how is Robert, our king, allowing all this to happen? And this is when he learns that Robert is DEAD. Yeah.
And
we find out that Ned's not dead. Ned Ardio is alive.
Yes, the information that these people have is that Ned's not dead.
Yes. Ned's not dead.
NED is not DED.
Oh my gosh.
And so after Tyrion gets over that shock, Tywin wants to give him the command over like a party of soldiers to go chase down Beric Dondarrion and the remainder of his people because they've been giving him trouble.
Yes.
And I applaud their dedication.
Yeah.
Like they got totally fucked in like and caught in a trap and killed. But whoever's left, they're still like, I'm still gonna go do my thing.
Yeah. But also, didn't he mention, like, I think it was at this point, he was like, okay, the kid's not gonna do any harm to us. Been there, done that. We gotta go deal with these people. Done. And then I have to go deal with Stannis. And I was like, huh?
Oh, yeah. He's, okay, so where does he say that? Oh, wait, no, this happens later.
Oh,
We'll get to that point in a second.
Okay.
So, yeah, Tyrion's like, as much as I would love to lead like 20 people into battle, I have my own debts to pay. And he starts like being like, okay, I need all this armor. And before he can say what for, a guard comes flying into the room and crashes into the hearth. Best entrance ever.
Yes.
And Shagga comes in, threatening to cut off the guy's manhood and roast it in the fire. And Tyrion's like, what, no goats?
This was really funny. Oh my gosh.
It was too good.
And what
Kevin's
a great introduction in front of someone like Tywin.
Yeah, so Kevin's like really upset by all these people, but Tywin is completely unfazed. And he's like, hey, introduce us, why don't you?
Yeah.
And Tyrion does. And then Tywin's like, so what brings you down from the mountains? And Shagga replies, horses. I laughed so hard at this. Like, it's not even that big a joke, but it is so funny to me.
It is pretty funny.
So they're talking about this when they're interrupted by a messenger who's bringing news that the Stark army is moving south. And this is when Tywin's like, okay, I'm glad. The sooner the Starks are broken, the sooner I shall be free to deal with Stannis Baratheon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, have we heard about Stannis doing anything?
Yeah. I don't know, because I was like, is it because he's, like, the heir or whatever? But then I was like, that doesn't even, like, matter. And if that did matter, then they would also, like, he probably would have also mentioned that he needs to destroy Renly or whatever, you know?
Maybe he heard about that letter that Ned was sending to Stannis and assumes that Stannis was in on it.
Maybe. Yeah, because he was also connected to, like, Jon Arryn and everything. So maybe.
Yeah,
or maybe he is...
We don't really know what Stannis is up to. We haven't really heard. But apparently Tywin is concerned about him.
Yes.
So that's interesting. So, he's like, okay, let's go fight. And hey, clans people, y'all want to join? Oh, you don't? It's okay, I get it. The Northmen are very scary. I wouldn't want to fight either. And obviously, it's such an obvious ploy, but they're like, I'm not scared. I'm gonna fight. And the other one's like, if he's gonna fight, I'm gonna fight. And then, like, everybody agrees.
Yeah.
But they will only fight as long as Tyrion fights with them. Because, he owes them his life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's kind of concerning. But we've seen Tyrion survive battle before, so.
Well, that was with like 20 people. This will be with thousands of people, so.
I'm just being optimistic. But I don't think Tyrion's about to die. I feel like he still has a role.
So you think he will fight?
I don't know if
he will fight but live,
I
or
I don't think he'll
avoid
fight.
fighting?
Yeah, I think he'll just like avoid fighting and then survive.
Okay,
but
so let's
because I feel like he can't. Like, I know I've been predicting deaths all over the place, but in terms of like a story perspective, like we need Tyrion by the Lannisters. Like we need to know what's going on. So
okay, so let's talk about some predictions.
Okay.
So you think Tyrion is somehow going to avoid the fight, but the fight is going to happen.
Yes.
And is this fight the way Robb planned it, like with half of his like foot army?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So his foot soldiers go down to meet Tywin.
Mm-hmm.
They fight. Tyrion somehow avoids the fight. Who wins that battle?
I don't want to be... Okay. I know... I feel like...
Robb wins that battle.
I don't know.
That battle.
Tywin wins the battle. Okay, wait. I don't think they end up actually fighting. I think something's gonna happen where, like, maybe they're coming up and Tywin will be like, this isn't all their men, or like something will happen and it'll be like an evasion. Like I think like Tywin or someone will like change their plan because a better thing to do will come up. Like, if we do this, we can capture this as well. You know, like there will be a better alternative. I don't think they're gonna fight right here.
Okay, so Robb's gonna be heading down, crossing the Twins and down to River Run.
Mm-hmm.
How's that gonna go?
Good. I think he'll be able to...
Okay. What does that mean?
This is the other part of the plan. Oh, yeah, because he's not going down to Tywin. Right. Forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he's going the other way to where, like, the River Run and everything. Okay. Well, River Run's under a siege, so I feel like more things are bound to go wrong with Robb than with the other part of the party, or part of the like the other half. So maybe by the time they get there, like maybe like they get there and they see that like stuff has already happened and it's too late, and they're like, oh, we should retreat and like go help Tywin, like in the Tywin battle or something.
Okay. So bad news all around for the Starks?
Yes. I don't see them getting a win here.
You are so pessimistic.
Okay, bruh. I do not believe that Mr. Robb Stark is going to defeat the Kingslayer or his dad. I just don't see that happening.
All right, so you are also putting more faith in their experience than in Robb's ideas. I don't know.
As of right now, yes. I feel like yes.
Okay. All right, let me look through these thingamajigs, because I did not write up questions ahead of time. So you don't think Catelyn would ever return to Winterfell?
No.
Well, good thing Bran and Rickon have Maester Luwin.
What a great...
And Hodor.
Replacement mothers all around. Not great. Okay, so you're predicting that Robb is going to lose these two battles. Say he's lost those battles. No, I don't think I'm changing my prediction. Oh, I'm not changing my prediction, I'm just clarifying my prediction. So, Robb's gonna go, and he's gonna be like, wait, this is hopeless. The siege and everything, all these things are going on. We can't do this anymore. So then he's gonna go to...
Without fighting.
Yes.
So he'll never fight that battle.
He'll never fight that battle. Then he's gonna go join up with the other people. And the other people are gonna be...
so he's gonna go all the way up the river, all the way down in time for the battle.
I know it's illogical, but that's what I'm going with. So he's gonna do that, and then when he
Robb's
gets there...
going to build an airplane. Put all his army on there.
So
ship him over to...
So it'll be like... Okay, so his army will lose...
Wait, I know! They're gonna use a ferry and put the whole army on there and ferry across the river.
Whatever. So, here's what's gonna happen. So, the second part of his army that's going down there to fight Tywin is gonna lose. But then, like, Robb's gonna come in at the moment that the, like, Lannisters' forces are weakened because they've just fought, and then they're gonna win.
Okay. Alright. So, is there hope, like, overall for Robb achieving his mission? Overall. So he's gonna save his dad and sisters, and all is gonna be good?
Not all. There's definitely maybe
Okay.
maybe like
Some will be good.
yes. Maybe he'll get there. 'Cause yeah, I don't think everybody's gonna be safe. There's just no way. There's more books.
Okay. So who is going to be unsafe?
Who's going to be unsafe? I think that Nedardio is going to be unsafe. I think that Sansa is well, I don't know about Sansa, but I think she's still gonna be with the Lannisters. But I think that what they are gonna be able to do is they'll find Arya along the way, because we don't actually know where she is. So maybe Arya they'll be able to get back.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Do you agree with Catelyn's recommendation that Roose Bolton lead the other half of the army?
Yeah,
he's got
I think
that
so.
cold cunning?
Because like they pointed out, like it's so close to Winterfell that you can't just have somebody who's like, okay, I'm not scared, we're gonna do this, we're gonna win this battle. Like, you need somebody who's gonna be a little bit more, like...
calculating.
Yeah, calculating and, like actually thinking things through and, like, caring about what's going on.
Okay. What else? Sorry, I'm just reading through every single sentence to find... Will Catelyn get to see her dad before he dies?
Ooh... maybe she'll see him, like, as he's dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But...
Alright, that's...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know, I'm just... Like... Will she even be able to, like, see him in time, you know? Like, we don't know where she's... So, I don't know. Okay, you know what? I need at least one optimistic prediction out here. So, she's gonna get there right before the Lannisters did. My prediction is she already got there. She's there.
Ahead of the rest of the army?
Yes.
Huh?
Okay, fine, she didn't. She'll get there eventually.
No, but, like, how would she get there before the army?
She wouldn't. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. None of your predictions make sense.
Okay.
So, will Shagga chop off Tyrion's manhood and feed it to the goats? Or will he roast it in the fire?
I don't think either of those are going to happen. I think Tyrion will be able to fulfill the promises.
Okay. You seem very optimistic about that.
Now, see, if I actually think it through, Yeah. Because I think that the Lannisters are also going to want to... Like, the Lannisters also want to overtake the Eyrie, you know? So, even if they don't help the clansmen, like, for the sake of the clansmen taking control of the Eyrie, like, even if, like, they just want to
cause some chaos.
Yeah.
So they're like,
they want to cause
some weapons.
Yeah, they want to cause some chaos. And after the clansmen have the Eyrie, they might even be like, okay, well, give it to us, you know? But I doubt they could do that because there's just so many... Well, I don't know.
Right. So the clansmen are going to get their weapons, and they are going to indeed take over the Eyrie.
They're going to try to take over the Eyrie.
Okay. All right. Da-da-da. What's going to happen with Derek Bondarian? Beric Dondarrion and his people?
I mean, they're holding up. Good for them so far.
Although they keep, like, harassing the army, so, like, it's at the most 50 people against 50,000 people, like...
Yes, that's true. Maybe, like, I don't think they're all gonna die. I feel like they might just, like, evade whatever's coming now. Well, they're not exactly trying to evade anything, so maybe they will just die. But I hate that the Mountain's not dead. I really wanted him to die. I don't remember if I said...
Do you think he will die at any point in the course of this series?
I don't know. I feel like it's too long.
I know, that's a big prediction.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you seem very convinced that all the Starks are going to die, so...
Well, you know what? I just know that people are very emotionally broken by the deaths in these series.
Okay.
So it has to be
here's
some
a
of
question.
the Starks.
this is not a prediction. This is a how would you like for this to happen?
Okay.
Say the mountain is dying. How would you like that to come up to be?
Like this.
Who kills him? In what manner?
Oh,
like,
you know what would be? You know what?
He falls off his horse, trips, and breaks his neck.
You know what I would love? But I just don't see this happening as of right now. But like, I'd love if like Arya killed the mountain. That would be so cool.
Oh my gosh, she's so tiny. She's like a little ant.
And it would just be so cool though, because she's like a water dancer, so she'd like, be all
poke and fill them holes.
Yeah, and I just it would almost be like a wait, who? I don't know. She could like avenge Syrio.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other deaths that could avenge Syrio, but that could be like a big, like, oh my gosh, Syrio taught me, and like, yeah, I don't know. But that would be really cool.
Okay, yeah, I like that actually.
Yeah.
I would love for Arya to kill the mountain.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I just wished a child would kill somebody. Okay. Sometimes it just hits me, the things that I am like so casual about.
I mean, it's just different. It's not real life. Yeah. It's okay. I know people are like, oh my gosh, whatever what you think about it reflects real life, and I'm like, not in every case. Sometimes you're just taking things too seriously, sir. Like, just because I want a child to kill someone in a story, that does not reflect my actual beliefs.
Yeah. Fair enough. I agree. D'accord. I've run out of words to say agree. Yes, indeed. Okay. Those are all the predictions I can think of. We're approaching an hour here, so let's talk about the next chapters.
Ooh.
Okay, give me your hopes and dreams and...
Now that we've talked about Arya, I want to see Arya again.
Okay.
How many chapters are we reading next time?
2?
Okay. I want to see Arya. I don't want to see... Normally, I'd be like, oh, I want to see what Daenerys is up to, but I don't want to see Daenerys, because I feel like now, as soon as we see Daenerys...
We just saw her last time.
That's true. But, usually I'm like, oh, I want to see Dany, but I don't want to see her right now, because I just feel like it's too soon. Like, I don't need this whole Stark Lannister thing going on, and then she comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, we're so close to the what do they call it? Westeros now.
Okay.
But I don't think we're gonna see her for a while. But I do think she'll show up before this whole like battle stuff has been concluded.
Oh wait, so before the war between like Lannister and the Starks is concluded, Daenerys will show up in Westeros?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're gonna get on them wooden horses and ride across the poison water.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, why did I go off on a tangent with Daenerys? Okay,
which
so I want
chapters
Arya.
do you want to see?
Yes, I want Arya, and I want Jon just for the fun of it. Wait, what did we do last time when we saw Jon?
Jon lit an undead thing on fire.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I want to see Jon.
Okay. Well, sadly, you will be disappointed, but I don't think really. Because we are going to see Sansa.
Ooh, okay. What are we going to see with Sansa? Okay, last time we saw her, she wrote the letters, and then she went back into the room, and she was like, I'm lonely now. Because her friend was gone. Okay, so she's gonna... Well, I guess we're gonna find out more about the Lannister plan. I feel like she'll finally be allowed to, like...
Land cleanse.
The Land Clan plan. The Land Clan plan... Yes.
Panned out, man. Panned, man. Okay, I can't remember. Yeah. So, wait, Sansa. So we're just gonna hang out with her and the Lannisters and...
She'll definitely be allowed to leave her room again. Maybe she'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to go see my betrothed. I can't say that word. I always try to say that word and it just doesn't work.
Fiance. You could just say that.
I know, but I want to be fancy.
The bane of my existence. Wait, no, she doesn't know that.
Oh my gosh. But
she doesn't think that.
So. She's gonna want to go see her lovely soon-to-be... Oh, wait, isn't the ceremony happening to, like, make him king? So maybe it'll be, like, the ceremony to make him king or whatever, and she'll be
his
there.
His coronation?
Yes, his coronation. And she'll be there, and she'll be like, oh my gosh, he's so cool. I'm so happy for him. And it'll be a moment. But she'll be like, oh my gosh. Maybe she'll finally think of Arya, and she'll be like, I kind of want to see Arya again. That would be nice to see her thinking about Arya.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So that's chapter 57. Chapter 58 is Eddard 15.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so he's gonna be in the dungeon or whatever, and he's probably just gonna get
buried, and it's gonna be his ghost.
No, he's alive. What are you talking about? He's probably in very frail condition. I doubt they treat him too well. Like, obviously they want him to stay alive, but they're not gonna, like, feed him buffets, so...
Buffets.
Stop!
Which is funny.
So I think they're definitely not gonna feed him a lot, so I think he'll kind of be weak, and... Didn't he also have that injury that still hasn't been resolved, really?
Right, where his thigh was torn apart.
Yeah, so...
Ouch.
Ouch, that's the word. So maybe he'll just be thinking about, like... I think he'll just be thinking about everyone. He'll be like, oh my gosh. Maybe someone comes to see him and is like, hey, Ned, here's what's going on.
Who's gonna come see him?
Like, Cersei? I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe...
And she's gonna be like, okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna lay it all out for you.
No. I don't know, but I feel like something will happen and she'll be like, hi, Ned. Ha, in your face, you know? She'll come to do, like, an in-your-face moment, and then she'll like tell him stuff.
And then he'll.
But yeah, definitely someone's gonna come see. No, actually, no, that's not gonna happen. Littlefinger is gonna come see him.
Okay.
Littlefinger is gonna come see him.
And Ned is gonna let him leave alive?
Well, he has to, because he'll be locked up.
Right. He's in a dungeon. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so that'll happen.
And so Littlefinger's gonna be like, I told you not to trust me. Again.
Yeah, literally. He'll
basically.
be like, I told you not to trust me, but,
And by the way, your daughter, she's totally hot.
Ew. I think it'll definitely be like, so, you know, are you ready to die, bro? And, like, I think it'll just be like, oh, hey, by the way, we did this and this and this while you were gone. Bye.
Okay. All right. So that is that.
Or Varys will come see him. Okay, done.
Okay. You keep like,
I know.
Pick one person.
Okay, Varys is gonna come see him.
What will Varys say to him?
Because I feel like...
I swear to God, if Pycelle's gonna come see him, I'm going to smack you through the screen.
No, Pycelle has no reason. The only reason I changed it this time...
I mean, Pycelle is like their doctor, and he is injured, so...
No, stop making me think of more different things. Okay, so Varys is gonna come see him, because Varys actually has a purpose. Like, you know, Varys is like, oh, I want this. Like, Varys and Magister want, like, their own stuff. Like, you know, they have alternate intentions, so I feel like Varys makes the most sense.
Right, and he's gonna explain this all to Ned?
Not all, but he might be like, you know, this is going on, you know? I don't know why he'd do that, but for some reason.
Okay. All right. Well, before you change your mind again, let's move on.
Okay.
Nobody talked to us this or last week, because, oh shit, by the way, I totally didn't edit and upload last week's episode. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I know it's okay, but I feel guilty. Because, okay. So, I am hoping to get both of these episodes out very close together so people can binge listen, which is what I do all the time.
That's fun.
So I hope you listen to the episodes and then come tell me something cool so that I can talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget to email in your theories and questions for Harmouth, because we are approaching the end of this book.
I feel like we've been saying that
I was going to say series, and I was like, no, we're not even close.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we've been saying that forever. We're like, oh my gosh, we're getting to the end, and it's like, well, we've been getting to the end the entire time.
Well, I started saying, like, send in your things halfway through the book because I wasn't sure when I was going to get these things edited and uploaded and released. So I've been saying this for a while.
Yes.
And, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's everything. I'm tired. My brain doesn't work. Or it works too much. Oh my gosh, my brain. Okay, just think of a sentence and say it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm tired. I'm gonna go now. Until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.